Good day, Lords and Ladies. Welcome back to Skald against the Black Priory. In the last episode, we investigated the ruined wreckage of our ship, and, well, there were some pretty horrific things lurking within. Yes, monsters growing rat that could speak the common language, so it was not great. Also, fate. We need to basically try and find the Tainted Fury. From the centre of the Free, Tainted Fury made her flight, setting out to hide her booty all within the lighthouse's light or sight. So we had some clues. But I came here predominantly just to get us to craft some more stuff. I meant to do it off camera, but it would take us 2 seconds to do it here. So we're going to go across here. Yeah, let's get here. And straight into the lighthouse. And we are going to craft some more cure disease because we are woefully out. And we also picked up a new character. We picked up Gwen, who is our sort of mage / sort of main crafting person. So let's, craft some of those. That's good. Tonic of Vitality. We could also craft. Guess back some of that. We only have one of those left, though. Yeah, that's for just cure poisons. Acid resistance, attunements, acid resistance. Lesser attunements. Okay, actually, that could be something we could do. That combined with that combined with that should give us lesser attunement potion. Yeah. Let's craft some of those for our mage. Okay. Yeah, let's actually craft a lot of those. Because that's really useful, because with her high lore, we can now craft stuff effectively. Okay, so let's leave here quickly. And let's start the timer for the episode, because I'd forgotten to do that. So we need to find where the treasure is. I don't know where the treasure house would be. I don't think it's on the shore. Just from the description of it, from the centre of the Free, Tainted Fury made her flight, setting out to hide her booty within the lighthouse's sight. 2 leagues south she began her trip. 5 east, the captain cried. 2 leagues south she began her trip. 5 east, the captain cried. 4 more north of Anunsit upland the Selhide. So, the problem with this is that it's I doubt it's going to be on this map. It's going to be probably somewhere in the world map, and we're going to have to find it, which is a pain. We also have someone that we could descend into the cave now and look at the medical stuff, but I don't like doing that, partly because it feels really gamey, because normal people wouldn't do that in real life. If you're playing this in real life, normal people aren't going to go and go back into a cave just to look medically at something unless they're like medically trained professionals. Okay. The fact that this puts us into here. Yeah, the winding coastal road constricts a steep cliff press. As steep cliffs press in from the north, the dense fog reduces visibility to a mere stone's throw, and you feel uneasiness rise in your stomach. Then, as in response to your concerns, a bizarre monstrous growl echoes through the cliffs ahead of you. Frozen mid-step, you scan the mist when a mystical stench of rotting flesh is wafted towards you. Something large and deadly lies ahead. Roland places his hand on the hilt of his sword as he scowls into the mist. Keep your wits about you. I fear we may have our work cut out for us. What do you recommend? I say we forge ahead, but keep your wits about us. I'm inclined to agree with the big man. Cat adds as he looks around nervously. Right, agreed to take. Let's go quietly. Okay, difficulty 1. Water is a dangerous place where you can quickly end up facing very dangerous beings. Sometimes the best tactic is to leave a fight for later as you level up and garner more equipment and allies. Remember that you can change the difficulty of the game anytime. You can even create your own custom difficulty. So this is yeah. This is basically the area where it's testing us to see if our character's strong enough. You very carefully pick your way forwards when movement on the top of the cliffs catches your eye. Robed and hooded figures emerge as they appear to be dragged something towards the edge of the cliff. More of those rabid dogs, spits Roland. To your horror, you realise what the party is dragging. A naked man and woman, bound and gagged, are struggling desperately as they mercilessly push towards the edge of the cliff. No, whispers Kate almost too loud. We have to do something. Look around. One of the cultists shouts and points towards the surf in elation. Utter terror fills the eyes of the moribund couple. You follow their gaze and turn to see emerging from the surf a creature of sheer horror. Larger than any sea creature you've ever fought so far, a hulking shape greedily waddles towards the base of the cliff, pinches, snapping, and tentacles squirming greedily. Before you can react further, the cultists hurl the two naked forms from the cliffs. The pair impact the ground below with a sickening splat, and the surprising speed the hulking beast falls upon their remains. Standing transfixed, you watch as horror consumes the remains of the unfortunate wretches. Sickening snaps and wet pops fill the air as the creature feeds. All the while, the robe cultists stand, swaying and chanting on the ledge above. Attack the terror. Carefully attempt to sneak away. I mean, she's not bad at stealth. Let's try and sneak away. Yeah. One short. You deploy for naught for one Kraken cultist points in your direction. The cry of alarm goes up. The beast abruptly halts its feasting and its eye stalks eagerly spin around. As it spots you, it offers a deafening roar before charging. Okay, so this is nasty. Okay. It's going to go soon, followed by Kate. Okay. Something like this, I think. Like, how far can it move? It can only move one. Okay. Let's do piercing arrow. What do you want to do? Steel breath, magic missile. Okay, so it's fearful, which means it got willpower and minuses to hit. Disrupted, yeah, okay, so let's follow up with a magic missile. And get some gnats. We need to start trying to get around behind it. Steel breath again. And summon vermin on it. Follow a magic missile. Yeah. Let's drink a potion of lesser attunement. Okay. Crit hits. Backstab. Summon vermin. Like, I cannot figure out how summon vermin works. Target any tiles anywhere on the... Okay, so it's one creature. Okay, so that's how it works. I thought that's what I was doing, but apparently not so. Critical backstab. We just got a little bit of nothing. Okay. Yeah. Let's pop just one for now. Okay. Just in case we have issues. Ring. The guarded heart. A beautiful engraved ring with heart carved into it. The wearer of this ring will find us resolve. So their resolve strength. Okay, so what does will do? See willpower. Okay. So the ring goes there. And your willpowering, great. So let's give you the ring. Yeah, and you can equip that just to keep it on your person. Okay. So with that done... There's no way off the top of this place. Okay, so we need to leave. There is something over there, though. Before you, the unmistakable mess, squalor, and desperation of a refugee camp sprawls around the small farmstead like a festering wound. Okay. What was on the shore? Ooh, crabs. That's not good. Okay. And they've got the jump on us as well. Let's form up. And okay. Look, I want to. Yeah, there we go. That's how it works. Let's get him off track and then move up. Okay, that's good, and you can move up to assist. Yeah, just defend. Okay. Maybe get up to the encampment might be a good idea. Okay. A soldier dressed in ragged remains of what you assume is the livery of Horan. He looks hungry, shaken, and on edge. Talk to the Chamberlain over in the barn if you want something. Just leave me alone. Okay. The entrance to the ragged camp. On the entrance to the ragged camp, you notice a smell of entering the ragged camp, you notice a small crowd nearby arranged in an inward-looking ring. In the centre stands a formidable armoured woman. She carries the unmistakable air of authority, and the insignia on her armour marks her as a cleric of the order of the Sepulchrists, an imperial religious order tasked with caring for the dead. The tattered band of refugees surrounding her, agitated and shouting over one another. There are so few of us. Horan was home to 200, and with but a few score left. Cries a ragged man with tears in his eyes. By the golden corpses, there must be survivors. Beseeches another. And who are we to send? And who are we to send? Half of us won't live through the next market day, and the other half aren't fit to hold so much as a stick. An old crone interjects, panic quivering in her voice. The crowd erupts in a cacophony of desperate appeals. The cleric raises her arms, and the crowd falls silent. Her sonorous voice rings out. We may indeed be cursed, but Aldon is right. There may yet be survivors in Hayron. and it is my duty to go to their aid, or at least to learn what fate befell them. The assembly erupts again, some blessing the cleric in tears of hope, others clinging to her robes with pleading for her not to risk her life. Though through the crowd, the woman catches sight of you and nods curtly. She turns away and begins loading up on supplies, no doubt intent on making good on her promise to the panicked refugees. Let's pet the dog. You have pet the dog. Okay. So these all look like refugees. Yeah. So anything with blue is something that you can interact with. The one before you has the rugged and vital look of a life lived on the frontier. Though through her clothes are rich and tailor-made, she wades through ankle-deep mud with rolled-up sleeves, hefting heavy crates of goods off a broken cart. You need help, you say? And then the poor lonely woman would owe you a debt of gratitude, is that it? She snarls. The woman hefts her crate back onto the cart with a sigh. Forgive me. I'm not myself. There's not been much rest for me amid the chaos. All this jabbering about the end of all mankind is starting to wear on me. In any case, I am Major. I ran the Emporium in Hurun, but you are not from Hurun. Hoiren, are you? Major's eyes light up with suspicion. What brings you to Idra? We were shipwrecked just off the coast. I'll ask no more, but it seems my merchant's intuition was right. Either way, we may yet be of help to one another. Major hefts the last of her crates onto the damaged cart and into a makeshift tent. I still have a moderate selection of wares with me. So what is it? So what's it to be? What happened at Hoiren? I wish I could tell you. Things have felt queer on Idra for a while. Folks in Hoiren started changing. People I'd known for years became mean, hard. Violence and cruelty grew so common we stopped noticing it. Just last week my neighbour, her children, Moija's voice falters and her eyes begin to glitter with tears. A few days ago I was out of town, taking supplies to one of the whaling vessels. On the way back at sunset I spotted a clutch of people tearing towards us on foot from the outskirts of Hoiren, covered in blood and shrieking. My mare was so spooked that she bolted and broke her leg in the half-light. Poor old Agar. I had to help her pass on. When the townsfolk reached us, they regained their senses and told us such terrible stories. Stories of raving madmen rampaging across the town by night. Let's just say, not even children were spared, but they didn't kill everyone. Some were taken to who knows where. We heard screams on the wind for days afterwards. It was clear there was no going back. I see. There was something else. Ask about Embla. Can't say I remember seeing her. Doesn't mean I didn't. My emporium was always busy. Franco, the camp cook, used to own the main inn. You'll find him near the stables. If anyone saw her, it would be him. Thank you. We've got for sale only what I had with me when Horen fell, but I'll be delighted to show you. There's still the same quality goods. They're still the same quality goods I'm known for. Okay. So we've got like 500 gold. What did they have? Recipe for potion of strength. I mean, we just had to, like, the thing is, we just need to find the ingredients to give us this stuff. We don't need to spend money on it. Got ropes, pickaxe for adventuring. That actually might be good. Crowbar would be interesting. Traveler's boots. Yeah, none of this stuff is great. Like the poor arrows, if nothing else, is something that we probably want to get. Crude longbow. Is probably good, even if the accuracy goes down. Yeah, let's... We need to get rid of some stuff. We can't get rid of the nautical seal. I'm going to get rid of one of the shovels because we don't need two. Yeah. Yarn that. Scrimshaw. At most, the things I'd want to get would be probably more hunting arrows. There's more arrows in general, to be honest. We haven't got a ton of supplies either. And there's a cooking pot. Can't do baked crab. If we get some potato, some carrots, we can make soup. Or onions. Bloody vermin. The child is ragged and muddy and crying with big sobs. As you approach, she wipes her nose and looks up at you, her wide eyes widening somewhat at the sight of Roland. I'd prefer if we just go on with our work, Roland grunts. What's wrong? I can't find Frogurt. I just had him and I was playing and now he's gone. I'm all alone all alone somewhere. Who's Frogurt? Frogurt's small and green and fluffy. He's my best friend. Is this the reptilian rascal? Give her the stuffed toy. Frogurt! The girl snatches the stuffed animal from you and hugs and kisses. She turns towards you, but instead of giving you a hug, she dashes past you and throws her arms around Ronald's waist. The old warrior looks startled and suddenly shows affection. Alright, girl, you had your frog back. There's proper work to be done now. The girl steps back. Frogurt says thank you. Glad to help. Despite the squealing surrounding the girl, she now smiles from ear to ear. Frogurt is glad to be back. Hey, do you want to play a game? Alright, you say? It's a rhyme. All the kids in my street play it. Or at least we used to, I guess. He hesitates a moment before receding with renewed vigour. The movements are left, left. Left, left, both, right, both, skip. Let's try them first and then we can add the words. Let's try. You and Master face each other. It's... I sort of read what was saying. It's... left, left, both, skip. Okay, left, left, both, right, both, skip. Okay, so it's left, left. So it's left, left, both, right, both, skip. Okay. Left, left, both, right, skip. So it's left, left, both right, both skip. Okay. So it's left, left, both right, both skip. You did it. Now let's add the words, just to save them after me. You and Master proceed to repeat the pattern. This time the girl begins reciting a rhyme. Beware, beware, don't dare to sleep. It brings you dreams of ebb and flow. A churning sea of dreadful deep, and waves that lay the mountains low. But fear the mother most of all. Awake before you hear her bell. 1,000 young will hear her call, and that was how the giants fell. Master laughs. You're getting good, but now Froggy says it's time to go. Bye. The girl meanders off, chanting eagerly of her stuffed companion. As you turn to leave, you can't help but feel a bit uneasy at the child's rhyme, and find yourself wondering. You find your mind wandering off to the horror that befell Sophia. You'll best be on your way. So they were talking about the mother's call, something in the deep. I have a suspicion that this may be more fortuitous than we will ever know. The stench of disease and moans of the dying lie thick in the air in the mix of infirmary. The aging cleric shuffles back and forth as he tries the best he can to tend to the patients. At least we have an alchemical lab here to make stuff. Okay. Okay, so let's go and talk to you. So no one's going to talk to us by the looks of it. What did we pick up? Recipe for cure disease. Glowworm, rat tail, star spawn. Okay. Baked potato. 1 potato. Okay. Yeah, let's just pick. Masterwork boots of crafting. And I know who's getting that straight off. So our crafting is now up to 8, which is really good. Okay. So if we want to, we can use that to make a potato. I doubt we're going to... Like, how much do we get for a single potato, though? Okay, so it's food value of 3 versus, I think it's vegetable soup that uses potatoes, yeah. No, it's not worth it. Vegetable, like we put in 3 ingredients, we get 14. We do this, we get 3. So it's not worth it. It's just a way of getting a slightly cheaper. A balding man with hard, wrinkled face and texture of old leather stands leaning against the wall of the farmhouse. He is thoughtfully chewing on a straw as he dejectedly surveys the muddy chaos that was once his well-kept farm. The man mutters something under his breath and spits as the group of refugees pass. As he notices you lingering, he fixes you with a bitter frown. What do you want? More leeches come to bleed me. Is this your farm, you say? He scoffs. If you can still call it that, it's ruined. All my crops trampled and my goats are gone. We're going to starve next year thanks to this catastrophe. Still seems you're better off than the people living in the camp, you reply. He scoffs and turns back to you. Wait, I have some questions. The man's eyes narrow and you can see his jaw muscles tensing. How do you feel about the camp? Bloody wretches. They could have gone anywhere, but my farms were closest and now they're picking me clean and trampling my fields. We're ruined, I see. Okay, so he's not going to be much help at all. No time to talk. And the child, she just wants to basically play the rhythm game, yeah? So it's left, both, right, both, skip. Okay. So it's just if you want to hear that rhythm again. The imposing cleric holds up a palm in greeting. Welcome to our new home, stranger. The people of this island know me as Drilling. Oh, so it's an A. Drillina. I serve the Golden Dead in this camp. These people are under my protection. What brings you here? I am searching for someone, you say. Here on Idra, that may prove to be a difficult task, given the tempest that engulfs this island. How so? She leans back, her eyes still flinty. Are you not aware of the situation here? These people say the island is surely doomed. Her eyes bore into you, gauging a reaction. And what say you? You reply. There is always hope in this life or beyond it. However, I have seen things these last days that I cannot readily explain or reconcile with my faith. Our graveyards have been overflowing as of late with stranger killing stranger for no good reason, and worse, I think, brother and brother, husband and wife. It becomes a tide of ruin. I implored the governor to intervene and investigate, but as usual he did nothing but cower in his villa and peer over his walls. The governor? A drunken buffoon in my estimations. He did not deserve to die, however, I do not think he made it out of Harun. Marcus, his chamberlain, did, however. I suppose he is the closest we are to a lead at the moment, though he may wish it were not so. I see, you mutter. What happened next? Then a few nights ago, pandemonium erupted. Bands of armed men and women roamed the town, hacking down anyone they came across. Some folks claim those that did not die on the spot were dragged away to suffer some unknown fate. My order and I joined what sane guardsmen remained in the chaos and tried to stem the tide, but we were driven from the city in a panicked exodus that followed. We considered retaking the town, but we are scores of wounded, so we retreated, better to save the lives not yet lost. We set up this camp to regroup and to care for the wounded, but a shadow hangs over us. The wounded do not recover, and those still on their feet slowly lose their minds or hearts. What do you intend to do now, you say? We need answers. Draenor gestures at the refugees languishing in the camp before continuing, and it is my duty to seek them out. If they exist, I must venture to find a way back into Horen, and thence somewhere darker, I fear. Failing that, the situation here in the camp is getting untenable. Anything that can be done to improve it will be a small victory. Why not wait for reinforcements, you say? Reinforcements? From whence? Even if the Imperial augurs are aware of our plight, relief will still take weeks, so it will still be weeks away. If it arrives at all, no. Our fate is our own hands, and I fear I must bear the brunt of the hardship ahead. And you would venture out alone, you say? If I must, doomed or not, it's all dust in the end, and I intend to die in armour. But from what I can tell, we must both tread the same terrible path. For our reasons may differ, surely there is safety to be had in numbers. So, indeed, let us join forces. There is no reason for you in my company, but I'll help nonetheless. Yeah. We need to get into Hoyrun anyway, because that's where she was last seen. Let us join forces. Excellent. Diana's face lighted up for an instant. These people, my people, I feel their pain, and it will mourn together later. For now, they deserve answers, and by the Emperor's bones, they will get some. I have some questions first, you say. Draina looks expectantly at you, her brow arched. Ask Draina about Embla. Draina fidgets with a heavy-looking ring on her finger while she listens to the description of Embla. She's certainly not in the camp, and I can't say I remember seeing her in Hoyrun, but perhaps that bodes well for your quest. How so? One of the primary tasks of my order is to care for the dead, and I can say with certainty that I didn't lay to rest anyone matching her description before the fall of Hoyrun. Do you have any other suggestions where to look? Beyond travelling to Hoyrun, you may want to ask around here in the camp. A few of the merchants survived, perhaps she visited one during her stay. I see, I have other questions. Who do you think attacked Hoyrun? The reavers came from inside the town. I recognise some of them as sailors, fishermen and whalers, locals mostly from old Idran families. Perhaps they belong to one of the lodges. Lodges? Yes. There are a long tradition on Idra for the fishermen and sailors to band together in fellowships known as lodges. From what I understand, they serve mainly as combines for fair distribution of the day's catch, but there are persistent rumours of them serving other purposes too. Rumours? Our order is an imperial one. The locals would loathe to discuss such things with us, but I always suspected they practiced pre-imperial customs of ocean worship, including offerings to ensure safe travel and bountiful catches. Draina looks expectantly at you, her brow arched. It's time to go. Before we leave, we should seek out Marcus, our leader of this sort. He's holed up in the stables trying to organise the mess of a camp. Holy asses, no one tries harder than him, but the task at hand is monumental and he needs our help. Okay, so let's look at her. Currently, she's got presence, diplomacy, healing. Okay. Reaches level 7, so she's got 24 vitality, 18 attunement. Okay, she's a hospitaller. Is a cleric who serves as a frontline healer, well armed and armoured. They can stand their ground against overwhelming foes, whilst also getting access to the highest tier of body magic school. And presence will be presence is their main attribute. May use any armour. May use light and medium weapons of the type club. Okay, so she's got basically a mace. Masterwork Warhammer. Okay, so she can actually have that Warhammer. I think it suits her better. The poor armor isn't great. She's already got a breastplate. She has a shield. Okay. So she's another sword and board user, which would be good. Religious training. Imperial Litany, 2 turns, self, fortify will. Yeah, so that's actually useful for her holding the line. Divine spell casting, she needs to have that. Yeah, shield training and phalanx, so she can stand in the line next to Kane and hold the line. Defending ally is good as well. Target any ally adjacent to the caster, adds defense. Defend. Yeah, that would actually be really good as well. Club accuracy. Yes, he needs to get that. And club damage. Stunning blow would be good. Phalanx training is always good. Seal training would be good. She has spirit training. Body magic, which is 3 ranks. Body magic. Bears strength. Target any ally adjacent to the caster. They get fortify strength, which would be good for Roland. Mind magic, tier 1, Aura of Fear, which basically breaks and disrupts clear senses, which removes blindness, death as silence. And Blessed Touch, which gives us Blessed, which is just an overall boost. Cast, 5 attunement, Cascade, allies, touch. Okay, but it has to be a touch spell. Rightio, increase vitality, increase healing. Okay. Fortify strength is good. Yeah, just touch spell though. Okay. That's good for blindness, deafness, and silenced. And that's just a general +1 to everything. Okay. I would still like to get like sealed training for her so it gets more sealed use. Stunning blow. Time use full round, targets enemies, AoE, execute an attack as they get stunned. That could actually be useful as well. Defend ally. That's powerful. There's actually a lot that she's really good at. Increasing attunement is also a good thing to get. I'm going to get Bear's Strength and Blessed Touch. Shield up as well would be good. And right here. And that and get a point into this to get basically defend ally up. Okay, save and exit. Pick 2 new spirit magic skills, one spell to learn. Okay. Blessing Touch, which is the general, just like +1. Heroic Inspiration is +2 melee damage. Hammer of Light. That could be used. Holy Light. Touch of Condemnation can be getting condemned. Easier to hit. So yeah, let's get condemned. Bless is nice. +2 damage. Okay, it's either that we get something like Blessed Touch or Heroism. Heroism would be good. It's +2 damage, and that ends until combat. Can be removed by magic. Yeah. Pick 2 new mind magic spells to learn. Aura of Fear, Clear Senses, Fortify Awareness, Fortify Will, Instill Courage, Sublime Protection. Okay. Yeah, and still courage is probably a good one to have. A clear senses is probably a good one as well to have for enemies debuffing. Yeah, and we want Cure Moderate Poison, Minor Lay on Hand, Serpent's Grace, that's Fortify Agility. And these two, yeah. So yeah, we got Inspiration to basically get some nice buffs. Debuff the enemy, so he's basically easier to hit. Clear senses to basically get rid of stuff like, yeah, blindness. Get rid of fearful and panic, which is pretty bad for our allies. Extra damage, which always helps, and Lay on Hand, which is basically a heal, which is very nice, and removes sickness and bleed. Now, did I pick the right thing? I do not know, but we shall find out nonetheless. Okay, not bad. So you can basically be backup healer or backup diplomat and healer because he's got the straight up best health. Her melee damage though isn't great, so she's more going to be just like straight out tanking. Well, we're going to be basically tanking, and we're basically going to be tanking and stabbing, and she's going to basically just be straight out tanking because she can't hit very well. Chance to hit 3, we got a chance to hit 6. And that's with me boosting like her club accuracy and the like. So she's never going to be like a fantastic frontline fighter, but she can get the job done. Okay. Tier 1 are the ones we get here. Yeah, Tuscan Nation. Okay, good to know. Right. But I am happy. So now in the party we've got 2 frontliners, 1 rogue, 1 damage dealer, and 1 caster. Which, to be honest, is actually a fairly good split. Her magic for the cleric will be mostly to be either debuff the enemy when needs be, or to basically buffer us. Our range units will basically either fire off arrows or sneak around behind and engage in the back with backstabbing, which probably is what we're going to be doing more of, to be honest with her now. Like, have our cleric like block with Kane, and then flank on either side with Roland and Kate to basically start doing backstabbing. And we can disrupt with our mage. But that's for next time, folks. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been Skald against the Black Priory, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.